It's happened to everyone. You hear someone tell a story describing an event you were at, but with details not precisely as you remember them. You listen carefully, but at some point, without thinking, your eyes dart left. Maybe your lip twists. Is that how it happened? I'm not sure that's right. But perhaps you're mistaken. All of us have different memories. Although we might like to think somewhere up there our minds contain a continuous record, our internal memoirs are more like camera snapshots with the details of the in-between filled in by our brains. Memories are constructed, and things can alter them. It's surprising how easily that can happen. Through others' suggestions, the sharing of different versions of an event, and the mind's amplification and embellishment, folk can clearly remember things that, in actuality, never happened. Since the United States election, many have shared in hearing and telling a story about its outcomes. Over time, with repetition and details shared and enlarged, a false narrative developed of widespread voter fraud and misconduct. To some, the story has become so real, they speak as if they believe it to be the most profound truth they know. They express themselves with conviction, specificity, and passion, without any first-hand experience of the situation. It's a story told in vivid technicolor that never was. It isn't just Trump supporters who believe they've seen something, who express themselves with such surety about the world. Others watched the attacks on the United States Capitol in disbelief, claiming, "This is not the real America." As if saying it makes it true, they labeled Trump supporters who backed the attempted coup a minority fringe group, even though a bevy of data says otherwise. Nathanael was sure nothing good could come from Nazareth. Often it's that which resonates with us, what affirms our sneaking suspicions, we integrate into our worldview. We take the information available to us and use it to make meaning from where we are. Most people see what's in front of them. That's why I believe the key phrase from today's gospel, the one we must pay attention to, is Philip's invitation, "Come and see." And the operative word here is come. Come because we do not see everything from where we are. Come because we're going to have to change our viewing platform, shift from our current location, stir our minds. If we want to know what God is doing, we must be able to see more than what's here in our own constructed realities and information bubbles. Some of you might wonder if I'm stuck on repeat, like déjà vu. Does Oliver have more than one sermon? Because I feel like I've heard this one before. Indeed, you probably have heard something like this. Believe you me, I tried this week to think of something else. I prayed that God might reveal something other than a message it seems I've become obsessed with. Surely there was more to this sermon than 3 little words. But try as I might, I couldn't ignore them. A few verses earlier in this gospel, Jesus invited the 2 disciples who asked about him to come and see. Later, the woman who met Jesus at the well tells those in the city, "Come and see." People at the grave of Lazarus summoned Jesus to come and see where they laid him. To get a glimpse of what was going on, folk had to get up. To understand what was being said, they had to move. I haven't cherry-picked a phrase from John's Gospel. Come and see is a persistent refrain. Here is where Christianity presents a radical idea. Some faiths, even some Christian practices of faith, may tell you everything you need to know is right in front of you. You don't need to go anywhere to discover what is true. But read the gospel. Jesus calls his disciples away. Indeed, Jesus himself is continuously on the move. Time and again we read of people leaving the places they are to discover something new. It is the way. Christianity isn't a sedentary faith. Follow me, says Jesus. None of us on this planet has the best seat in the house. Our view of the earth's farthest edge from where we stand isn't that distant. If we have to squint our eyes to shut out things we don't want to see, if we seek out alternative social media platforms that amplify viewpoints like ours, if we believe that only a small number of people know what's really going on in the world, maybe we should reposition ourselves to get another view. If something different is happening beyond what we know, perhaps it's time we come and see what it is.